Hello, my dear friends. Our story for today was sent by Queen Siva and will be narrated by a guest narrator named Ina. Let us begin.
Born and raised in Zimbabwe, in a small town called Bulawayo in Old Luvave Township, house number 960. My mother told me that when I was 3 years old, I died for a couple of hours before a miracle man of God who was known for performing Jesus-like miracles. She says the church was locked and all the windows were closed when the congregation and the pastor were praying for my lifeless body, but when they finished praying, I was nowhere to be found. They gave up the search and unlocked the church doors, going out puzzled. To their surprise, they saw me in the middle of the church grounds talking and laughing with someone or something they did not see. I'm fortunate enough to remember my childhood memories. What I can remember is a tall man. He told me that he loved me and I'm very important to him. He gave me something important that I'll use in the future when the time is right. He was kind and told me jokes that made me laugh, and he was teaching me how to draw a pentagram. Years passed. When I was 5, I was forced to take a nap every day from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. One day, just staring up the ceiling, suddenly I floated and was shocked to watch myself on the bed. It became a habit, astral projecting. At night in my room from the age of 5 to 12, 3 weird people always stood next to my wardrobe. They were like Egyptian warriors. They carried spears. Also, a shadow person with a long coat and big hat would come through my door every day, very fast and swift. I always felt him through my body vibrations every time he came. He would just stand there and watch me before telling me to go to sleep. But he never spoke through his mouth because he had no face, only yellow glowing eyes. He taught me how to communicate with him through mind without using my mouth. I would ask him questions, what his name was, but he never told me. He would argue with me to keep quiet and go to sleep. When I refused, he would just put his invisible dark smoke-like index finger on my forehead and I'll pass out. Sometimes when I'm crying after being whooped and sent to my room, the shadow person would brush my hair, dry my tears, tuck me in, then get me to pass out again. When I grew older, teenage years, the 3 warriors were still there. The shadow person always came, until one day, a different visitor came. This one was different. He had wings, a man very handsome, yellow skin, golden yellow curly hair, yellow eyes, and with animal hind legs. He would sit next to me, brush my hair, tell me how much I mean to him, and that I'm very important to him, and that he gave me something important that will be used when the time is right. And we would look at each other for a long time before he would get me to sleep involuntarily. Then the warriors stopped coming. The shadow person and the handsome winged being started coming less often, once in a while, a month apart. But then, when these 2 were not around, something else very dark and violent started coming, scratching and attacking me. It moved furnitures and things from where I placed them, messing with my mind. I started hearing walking footsteps following me, but no one behind when I look. If I ran, the footsteps also ran. Everywhere I went, every single day, I always have this feeling that I was being watched. My mother would go leave me in the house sometimes for weeks. These attacks continued as long as the shadow person and the other being were not around. I ended up telling my mother about the entity following me and attacking me, but never told her about the other secrets of my room since childhood. She took me to a prayer meeting every day and had people put their hands on me to cast out demons, they said, but nothing worked, of course. It got to a point where I would sleep with a Bible under my pillow with my bedroom door shut. But in the morning, my bedroom door would be wide open and the Bible no longer under my pillow. But every day, I'll follow a trail of Bible-torn pages up to the center of the living room. My mother decided I flee. I came to South Africa and left my life because of the attacks. Since I came here, I have not experienced the evil presence. But the golden yellow-skinned man always comes to me once in a while and he still tells me the same thing as always, that I'm very important to him, that he loves me very much, and he chose me from birth, and that he was there when I was born, and that he gave me something very important to use when the time comes. He comes any time of the day and smells me everywhere. His breath is warm and his skin is hot like fire yet smooth like a baby's skin. He makes a scary loud growl every time before leaving. Sometimes he sits next to my bed for a while before growling and then disappearing. The shadow person still comes once in a while too. I figured that the shadow person was a demon and the winged man was an angel, but I don't fear the yellow angel or the shadow demon. I feel loved and protected when they're around. Weird, but yes, kinda gives me goosebumps myself.